Good morning, AAA members, and thank you so much for joining us for our second to last day of our virtual traveler showcase. We've had some fantastic presentations over the last couple of weeks and even more to come. Before we begin, I want to go over some quick housekeeping with you all. You will be muted throughout the presentation today. So if you have any questions, please feel free to type them into the questions box and we will answer as many questions as we can at the end. I know that Sarah is going to have some opportunities where you can write in as well to answer some questions that she may have, and you can use the chat box for that. There are handouts included in this presentation that you're more than welcome to download and keep. Our travel professionals also have these on hand and they can walk you through the details on those. This presentation is being recorded today and we will send you a link to the recording by email after the event. There will also be a quick survey included in the email as well, so if you could please take a few moments and complete the survey for us, we would greatly appreciate it. The Traveler Showcase, like I said, wraps up tomorrow, January 28th. But if you would like to join us for the last few presentations, you can find the schedule and RSVP at aaa.com/traveler showcase. And finally, we will have information about how you can get in touch with our knowledgeable AAA travel professionals at the end of the presentation. With that said, we are so happy to have Brendan Vacations join us for our presentation today. Brendan Vacations is undoubtedly the Celtic experts, and they ensure every vacation ignites the sense of wonder that is aligned to extraordinary part of the world that Brendan calls home. From fully guided trips that bring destinations to life, to the absolute freedom of discovering Ireland and Scotland on your own, Brendan Vacation trips are individually crafted to help you travel your way. It is my pleasure to introduce our speaker today, Sarah Hamilton, District Sales Manager for AAA's preferred travel partner, Brendan Vacations. Thanks for joining us today, Sarah.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here today. So, let's begin then. Brendan Vacations. Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone. As I like to say, a big céad míle fáilte, which is 100,000 welcomes. My name is Sarah Hamilton and I'm from a little wee small village up in the northeast of Ireland. And I'm so glad and so happy that you joined me today. And I like to say with Brendan, we're anything in a kilt. We're the Ireland and Scotland experts. And no matter where or how you want to travel to the beautiful magic lands, we have you covered, from guided to fully customizable. And we connect you to the real heartbeat of the Celtic Isle, as I like to say, which is the people. And we have this wonderful dedicated team of our Celtic experts in Dublin. And you see that wee blue door there? That's in Merrion Square. And we're proud to have our mighty team there, led by our Banrian, which is Queen in Irish Gaelic, as I like to call her, Catherine Riley. And she has been taking guests personally for over 50 years. With Brendan, she's been with Brendan, over 36 years, and Brendan has been around for over 50 years. And we believe in connecting you to the heartbeat of the Celtic Isle, which is the people, which really allow you to have the most personable and magical and unforgettable experience. Sure, how do we do this? We do this as it's guided by our mantra of taking you personally. We can customize any trip, any specific needs, and we'll connect you to the locals and the skilled storytellers along the way. Your well-being is our priority when you travel to Ireland and Scotland with us. You should feel confident when planning, booking, and traveling on your vacation with us and know that we will take you personally every single step of the way. We will have an always-on support team. Our travel directors, private chauffeurs, and local hosts have been trained in enhanced hygiene and distancing standards and will monitor compliance and guest well-being. In addition, as the industry innovation for 2021, a wellbeing director will support our always-on team and will be available for all our guided vacations of more than 20 guests. We have a distancing and hygiene protocols. Our team and guests must complete travel declaration before travelling, and all frequently touched surfaces on our coaches and private chauffeur cars are cleaned multiple times a day. Our rental cars undergo the Hertz Gold standard clean before keys are handed over, and our guided coaches have additional space for onboard distancing. Our hotels, venues, and suppliers are vetted to meet our highest standards. And we have a 24/7 instant response. We are ready and equipped to pivot should regulations from health authorities and local governments change, should an incident arise on trip. We are here by your side. So, mentioned earlier that we're going to have a wee bit of a game. Why don't we all come and chime in and see, can you guess this famous destination? So I'm going to pop it up here. And if you see the little chat box, see, can you type in, and do you know this famous destination? Okay, I'm going to give you a few seconds. We give you 20 seconds. Do you know what this famous iconic site is in Ireland? You can type away there in the chat box. I'll give you a clue. It's up in Northern Ireland. Great, I see some answers coming in. Fabulous. Yes, it is the Giant Causeway up in the beautiful north of Ireland, just over the glens of Antrim. I spent my childhood running around this unique formation. Now, we'll go into that a little bit later, but it's absolutely beautiful and really a wonderful iconic site up in Northern Ireland. So at Brendan, we believe there really is travel for absolutely everyone. We understand that everyone wants their own wants and needs for traveling to these magical destinations. And when you're booking, maybe you want to hit the bucket list sites, or maybe you want to sample some of the amazing tastes of the country, maybe you want to do both, we can make this happen for you. We know that you may be traveling maybe for a special occasion, of course, and maybe you want to celebrate something special or traveling with family, you want to connect for a reunion, you're a solo traveler, a group, whatever. We are here to make sure that you're going to have the most amazing time. We have all these different travel styles. We have the guided vacations, private chauffeur, Lux self-drive and locally hosted rail. And you can mix and match any of these travel styles. So what I'll do over the next little while, I'll go through each of the travel styles and how we really connect you to the Celtic lands. And just to note on all of our wonderful, wonderful travel styles, we're going to be staying in fabulous properties that I call Catherine's Collection. And Catherine's Collection, it is hand-picked and hand-selected accommodations and local specialists that you will meet along your journey in either Ireland or Scotland. And she has an amazing long-standing relationship with them. So it's a program where she hand selects the castles, hotels, manors, B&Bs, and wherever you want to stay, wherever you want to go, we have you covered. And we understand everybody's different, so we really want to make it personal to you. Like, who's coming with me? Will you grab your crown? We are going to stay in Ashford Castle. Who's coming? I would love that. But this is just one of our properties of Ashford Castle over on the west coast of Ireland. It is a gem. It was built in 1228. So it's 800 years old. Could you imagine the beauty and the stunning grounds of an 800-year-old castle? And would you believe who used to own it? The Guinness family. Yeah, maybe you've heard of Guinness before. You maybe know that's from Ireland. But now it's beautiful. It's a five-star property. It's owned by the Red Carnation. You can do some activities like falconry, hiking, horse riding. It's amazing. And just a note, if you're going to stay in one of our beautiful castles, Ashford's very special. I don't know, just something so unique about it, but it always feels like home. It's just so homely and so amazing. And we have travel for every occasion. As I said, celebrations, family reunions, some special interests, or maybe you want to go into see some festivals, or you're a bit of a set jetter. And we're going to introduce you to the storytellers along the way. Now, they say a place is only as good as the people in it. And in this part of the world, we find it's doubly true. They find their inspiration in the sea beaten beauty, the mythic history, oh, and that fierce independence. We are blessed with the natural gift of storytelling, and we've assembled some of the most gifted and knowledgeable locals along the way to share their insights and passions. So, for example, Dee up in Belfast, the wonderful Bernadette, or fabulous Stephen over in Westport. And you often say, yeah, get the ale gift of the gab when you kiss the Blarney Stone. Some of my friends say, I ate it. So we have these wonderful storytellers that we're going to connect you when you come to Ireland and Scotland. Now, talking about our first travel style, let's talk about our private chauffeur. And this is where you can come and go as you please, with the luxury of your own private car and professional chauffeur, a personal guide, a skilled storyteller, and a local in the know. Your chauffeur is your perfect companion with you every single step of the way. And to make sure all your personal travel bucket list gets accomplished and in style. Now, I'm going to give you a word of warning, everyone. I'm just going to put it out there because I just feel like I get this question all the time when it comes to chauffeur. no, I'm really sorry, you will not be able to take the chauffeur back home with you. I'm sorry, you have to leave them back in Ireland and Scotland. I know you're going to fall madly in love with them and you'll want to keep them around, but we need to keep them in Ireland and Scotland. So I'm laying down the ground rules first before you think of taking them back to Ireland, from taking back from Ireland and Scotland if you want to take them home. They are amazing. And you're going to be traveling with you, we'll stay in different properties. You want to stay in all castles. You want to mix and match castles, hotels, manors, B&Bs. And you want to go to those nitty gritty wee places in Ireland and Scotland, no problem. We can map everything for you. We'll work along with your amazing travel advisor with AAA. And as a AAA member, we're going to make sure we'll take care of you and everything is going to be special and unique to you along the way. Okay, are we ready for another little quiz? Now, this might actually be a little bit easier. Can you name this famous stout? You can just pop it in the chat box. Oh, I see some answers coming in. Oh, you guys know what this one is. You got it. Ah, you're right. Sure, it's Guinness. Would you believe we're known for our Guinness? Would you ever believe that? And you can come and learn how to pour the perfect pint of Guinness when you're traveling to Ireland with us. Like the Guinness Storehouse. This is beautiful in St. James's Gate, and you get to learn how to pour the perfect pint and also see these wonderful panoramic views of Dublin as well. And this connoisseur experience will be a private experience for you. It's really amazing. And just some random wee facts about the Guinness Storehouse. It was purchased in 1749 by Arthur Guinness. Would you believe how much this is for? Wait till I tell you. Listen, £45. Imagine, bought the Guinness Storehouse for £45. I might an even better one. Guess how long the lease was for? No, it wasn't only for a week. Nope, not a year. 9,000-year lease. Now, if that's not a bargain, I don't know what is. But you can come and visit the Guinness Storehouse. We'll make sure you'll have a proper pint of Guinness and you'll absolutely love it. Going back, you staying castles. One of my favorite activities that we love and that I would do every single time I go back is falconry over in Ashford Castle. And this is where you get to visit the oldest falconry school in Ireland and you venture through the extraordinary charm of the castle and its woodlands. You'll experience these beautiful, majestic hawks in flight, and the spectacular creatures soar into the sky, from the sky and perch on your arm. It really is something so amazing, and it's fun for all the family. If you're traveling with maybe a multi-generational family or your immediate family or a group, it's so fun and definitely a once in a lifetime opportunity when you're visiting a castle. I absolutely love this. And sure, let's go over to our Celtic cousins over in Edinburgh. Edinburgh is beautiful, and we can organise visiting Edinburgh Castle with a local host who can help unlock the secrets of the castle. And it's one of the oldest fortified places in Europe, with a long history of royal residency, military garrison, prison, and fortress. It is alive with many exciting tales. And it has been home to kings and queens for many, many centuries. Now, I love, 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 love Edinburgh, and you'll love it too. And I don't know if you know this, but just outside Edinburgh, there's these two inactive volcanoes. And in between these two inactive volcanoes, there's what's known as King Arthur's Seat. So it has been tradition for many, many years that the women of the air, the young women of the air, will go up to King Arthur's Seat and wash their face in the morning dew, because it's to make them beautiful. So this has been passed down from generations to generations. So you kind of see where I'm going with this, don't you? It's not just the Irish that are full of blarney. Sure, the Scots have it in them too. But these are just some of the stories you'll hear along the way. And Edinburgh's amazing. I love Scotland, so I do. That's where my family is from. My daddy's side. If you ever did your ancestry, would love to know where you're from. It's really amazing to connect with the roots as well. And sure, we can organise that too. For example, maybe you want to go to Culloden and to see the final battle of the Jacobite Rising in 1746, which would leave 1,600 men dead, and it is brought to life at the Culloden Visitor Centre through interactive displays. So you can learn about the deadly story, see artefacts from both sides of the battle, and stand on the hundreds of headstones that mark the hundreds of clansmen who gave their lives for the cause. And as I said, you got some Scottish roots. We can discover the heritage of your and the history of your clan name that might connect you back to the 17th century. We can organise this with a private session with a genealogist. And if you do have roots in Ireland or Scotland and you're beginning your journey, or you know exactly where you want to go, let us help you do that. We have the fabulous Epic over in Dublin as well. We're here to have that feeling. Imagine walking where your ancestors are from. That would just be incredible. I don't know how they did it all those years ago. I left my mummy and daddy in Ireland 10 years ago, and oh my goodness, only for FaceTime. I don't know what else I'd do. So to think people left all these years ago and you might have connection there, that is something so special and amazing. And with our independent travel styles, let's go to those nitty wee villages where it's like my village where I'm from. 3 pubs and 25 houses. Let's go and explore that. We can organize everything along with your travel agent. We're going to make sure it's personal to you. Now, moving on to our next travel style that you can opt for, we have the luxury self-drive. Okay, can everybody just do me one wee favor? Can everybody close their eyes just for like 15 seconds? And I want you to picture this. You have this beautiful luxurious car, and you're driving through the glens of Antrim, over in the wild Atlantic way, where the coast is hugging the lands. The 40 shades of green are all around you, and your hair is being windswept, and the smell of the fresh Irish air is coming into you. And it's something like you'd see in a James Bond movie. Well, that's what I like to describe the Lux self-drive. You're driving a luxury car, you'll be driving on your own, but you'll have those exclusive, unique, high-touch experiences you would have on a private chauffeur. So we just have this in Ireland at the moment, and this is where you drive yourself. And along the way, we can map everything for you, staying in castles, hotels, manors, B&Bs, but we want to make sure we're connecting you with the locals and you're creating your own Celtic story. So, for example, oh, the wonderful mark up on the Giant's Causeway. Like we just talked about the Giant's Causeway a little moment ago. And you can go and explore the Giant's Causeway mark. Imagine how beautiful at sunrise or sunset. We can organize everything for you, those exclusive experiences. And Mark is adorable. Again, you're going to fall in love with him. You can't take him home. We'll have to keep him in Ireland. But Mark will tell all the tales. Now, he'll go into more depth, but I just wanted to give you an overview of how the Giant's Causeway was formed. You see these unique formations here? Well, there's two reasons they say it was formed. There's the scientific way, but then there's the truth. I'll get into the truth. Scientists believe it was created from volcanic activity, yada, 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 yada. But what I learned growing up and what has been passed down from generation to generation, our folklore stories, is that it was created by giants. So I'll tell you this little folklore story really, really quickly. There was a giant in Northern Ireland called Finn McCool, and he had a rival over in Scotland called Benandonnan, and they were going to fight. So when you think Ireland and Scotland are very close, we're only 12 miles apart. So this causeway was built from Northern Ireland to Scotland. So this Irish giant, Finn McCool, set on his way, and he had the proudest chest. His head was held high, and he was stomping over to Scotland. And then he realised something. The closer and closer he was getting, the bigger and bigger the Scottish giant was. And he said, oh, no, that's not going to happen. He's way too big for me. I am so scared. So he goes back home to Northern Ireland to Una, his wife, and he says, Una, I can't fight Benandonnan. He's absolutely huge. I don't know what I'm going to do. So Una, she thought for a moment, very pensive. Then she said, okay, right, I think I know what we're going to do. I'm going to dress you as a baby and put you in the bed. And Finn McCool, the Irish giant, thought, well, okay, I've no other option. I better do what she says. So she dresses him as a baby and pops him in the bed. And not too long after that, a dong 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 came at the door. And who was it? Oh, sure, it was the Scottish giant Benandonnan. He was on his way. He knew what he was at. And he roars at the door. He roars, Una, I'm here to fight the Irish giant. And Una looks up at the Scottish giant and says, I'm so sorry, you must be mistaken. We have no giant in here. All I have is my sleeping baby. So Benandonnan peeps his head around the door and he says, whoa, if that's the size of the baby, I don't want to see the size of the father. And he got the fright of his life and he ran back as quick as he could chipping away at the causeway back over to Scotland. So you see, that's how it was really formed, by the rivalry of giants, not by volcanic activity. That's definitely not it. But I love all these folklore stories that you will hear when you come to Ireland and Scotland, and particularly that one because it's my favourite folklore story. Do you know why? Because behind every man, there is a strong and smart woman. These are just a few stories you'll hear along the way. Mark will guide you in this wonderful, wonderful destination. Are you going to meet the lovely Tracy? Oh, I adore Tracy. So you'll be welcome into Tracy's 18th century thatched cottage, which touches the shores of Strangford Lough. So it's only about 30 minutes from Belfast. Here you'll enjoy homemade food and drink. And you know what we get you to do? We're going to get you to roll up your sleeves and to make some traditional Northern Irish bread. So soda, wheaten and potato breads. And then you're going to take away, or you can eat around the table. And even best of all, do you know what you can do? You can take the home recipe and you can impress your friends when you come back home, being like, I can make proper Irish bread. And Tracy is a doll. You'll love her too. So get us by connecting with the locals and the people and places that you visit. Okay, up next, are we ready for our next? Oh, Sarah, I think this is a little bit difficult now. This destination. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna have to give you some clue in this. This is over in Scotland, and they say it is the home of golf. I hope that helps. You can type away in the chat box. I'll just give you guys a few seconds. I can see coming in. Are we ready? Yes, it is the wonderful St. Andrews. Oh, I know that might be little bit difficult there now. The St. Andrews is also the home of golf, but it's so much more to do there. You can go and around the town, do a walking tour. It's beaming with long-time locals and people from all over the world, even royalty. And when you're walking around, you'll get a sense of traditions that have been held for over 800 years, as well as a modern Scottish town life all at once. Now, while we're over in Scotland, why don't we talk about the golf? We offer golf as well in Scotland and in Ireland, and we do this with our private chauffeur. So we have some of the most beautiful golf courses in Ireland and Scotland. And maybe you want to come and play around the golf, or maybe you have a you golfers who want to go. We can organise everything. You know what you have to bring? Your wee shoes. Just bring your wee shoes. We'll organise everything else. The tea time, the golf clubs, and we're going to build the most amazing package with your amazing travel agent as well. And go to these fabulous golf courses in either Ireland or Scotland. So again, maybe half the group want to golf, the other half don't. No bother at all. We'll send the chauffeur off with the other half of the group for the day. Now, they do say that the Scots invented golf, but us Irish, we perfected it. Oh no, that's just a wee dad joke I thought I'd throw in there. It's not very good. That's probably not true because I'm terrible at golf, so I can't even really say that. But anyway, just a wee bit of a joke between the Celtic cousins. Now, moving on to our next travel style. So, we've talked about those exclusive experiences when it comes to the private chauffeur and the Lux self drive. And you're thinking, I'd love to be kind of Sarah, have that little bit of security, but travel on my own. I love traveling by rail. It's where you're traveling on your own, but you're never alone. A local expert is ready to meet you, armed with a treasure trove of ideas on what to do, where to eat, where to shop, and what not to miss while visiting their city. So this this travel style pairs the excitement of independent travel with the comfort of meeting a local every single step of the way. So you travel by train and you will meet in each destination, for example, Dublin or Cork or Belfast, Edinburgh, Glasgow, you're going to meet a person, a local Brendan specialist from that area. They'll meet you when you get to your hotel and they'll sit with you for an hour, 2 hours, however long you need. And then they're going to go, okay, there's my number. You're on your own, but you're never alone. Call me anytime. So you have the freedom to wander around the beautiful towns and cities of Ireland and Scotland, knowing that you can pick up the phone and call Fran to see when the next Cayley band is playing or where's the perfect pint of Guinness. They will steer you in the right direction. So it's a great way to travel. And traveling by train is a wonderful way to relax. We can have different properties from Catherine's collection. And we are very small, two wee places. We really are. So when the areas where we don't have train, we have a wonderful private chauffeur that is going to come and pick you up and bring you to the next destination. So we find people love to like have that independence on their own and travel around the cities and the towns and then get their chauffeur and maybe splash on a castle for a night. Yes, please, before they head home. And again, it's by connecting you with the locals along the way. So this is like the wonderful Sheena, and you do a food tour with Sheena, and it's a perfect mix of vibrancy and quiet charm in Galway. It's beautiful, and you'll get to enjoy all the different um, tastes and flavors of the city as well. Now, just if you're going there, when you're going to Ireland, one of my favorite things in Ireland is, I know, maybe not, I have to say, of course, I love my Guinness. I love the ice cream. Look out for Murphy's ice cream. That's my wee tip for you. I love Murphy's ice cream. We have these really cool food tours over in Scotland as well and in Dublin. And I really have to say the Celtic culinary scene has drastically changed over the last number of years. So when I was growing up, I was raised on boiled potatoes, veggies, some beef, and my potatoes were reboiled. That was it. Now, to be honest, my mammy wouldn't like me to say that, so thank goodness she's not listening today. She'd be like, "No, you weren't." Oh, but really, I really was. But the Celtic culinary scene has drastically changed, and when a lot of students were studying the culinary arts, they went to France, Italy, Spain, and all these different destinations and brought back all these amazing tastes and flavors. And the food at home is so good. And of course, it's a very short distance from farm to table too. And maybe when you're over in Ireland, you want to go up to Northern Ireland and you want to go to the wonderful giant Belfast and see the Titanic Museum, this interactive museum. It's just absolutely incredible. It's an interactive experience, and you get to learn about the people who built and the place and who built the Titanic. So it's really something so wonderful. It's incredible. Now, just look, I know we're known for having a bit of fun, or as we say, crack CRIC, which is fun in Irish Gaelic. Sometimes you see these T-shirts and the little ones wearing them. It says the Titanic was okay when it left here. Imagine that. We always trying to see the good in everything, and we trying to make a laugh and things that we in any way possible. All good. So doing this wonderful Titanic experience is really something so cool. It's really a must do, a must see once in Belfast. Or maybe maybe you want to go to Scotland and go below the city of Edinburgh for a doomed, dead and buried tour. Hidden below Edinburgh's South Bridge is this really haunting maze of chambers with a history of torture and body snatching and all that jazz. So only for those with nervous steel, but it's really cool as well. And then of course, oh sure, having a wee tipple if you enjoy, like myself, and you enjoy a wee tipple of whiskey. Let's go over to have the Scotch whiskey experience and take a sensational journey through a replica distillery, and then you'll learn the secrets of the whiskey regions, and you'll get to maybe have the perfect wee dram. And it's really cool. I absolutely love it. It's nestled on top of Edinburgh's Royal Mile. So fun. Okay, let's keep on whiskey now. That's another clue. Can you name this famous destination? Just pop it in the chat there. It is whiskey, and it is in Ireland. We're very famous for it. That might help. Okay. That's it. I see some answers coming in. Good job. Yes, you got it. It is Jameson. And here you get to experience the true spirit of Ireland in the Jameson Distillery. It's a whiskey museum and a visitor centre, and it's located in the historic Old Milliton Distillery in County Cork. And it's absolutely brilliant. And you get to see the largest pot still ever built. It's so cool. Moving on to our next travel style, this is self-drive, and this is fully customizable. We'll map everything out with you along with your amazing agent. We'll pre-book the accommodations that suit your style, from castles, manors, hotels, B&Bs, and we're going to connect you with locals along the way. And we drive on the right side of the road. Lol, that's the wee joke. But driving in Ireland or Scotland is so easy, easy peasy. For me, if I'm just being honest now, you'll have to get used to it, but it's grand. I'm terrified driving here in America. You just have 6 lanes. Where are you be going in the 6 lanes? Oh my goodness, it terrifies me. I just keep thinking back to my old home, and I'm like, give me the two-way lanes and the streets, and I'd want to be stuck in a traffic jam full of cows and sheep, and I'll be happy. But it really is a great way to see Ireland and Scotland and really get into the nitty-gritty wee places. We'll map everything out for you and connect you with the locals along the way. Maybe go visit some where your ancestors are from, and having that flexibility and freedom of driving too. And of course, you want to have that local connection with you and meet people along the way. Maybe you want to go to the beautiful Killarney National Park and meet the wonderful Linda. Oh, it's absolutely stunning. And you get to revel in the spectacular Irish landscape with an experienced guide as you hike your way to the hidden gems of the unspoiled countryside. And it's absolutely amazing. So another wee example of how we connect you to the locals, no matter what your travel style is. Or maybe you're a bit of a set jetter, and you want to go and visit the Game of Thrones Winterfell Castle. So just about 40 minutes from Belfast, you see this. It's an iconic port of call for fans of Game of Thrones. So you get to dress up in character and join an archery or an axe throwing session, and it really is absolutely amazing. And maybe you're an Outlander fan. We can organise that for you over in Scotland. Or while we're over in Scotland, let's explore the heart of the Highlands and the great outdoors. And you can do a Land Rover off-road experience with a local kilted Highland safari ranger. So there's a few different experiences you can book here, from a forest safari, which is great for families, that allows you to get close to nature and the wonders of the natural environment of the ancient Caledonian pine forest. Or else we can go up between 2,000 3,000 feet and journey through the high tops and steeped in history, culture and nature. So there's a couple of wee options here, but such a cool thing to do and see the beauty that is the Scottish Highlands. Now on to our last travel style. Oh, we have the guided vacations. This is where you sit back, relax. You're going to be traveling by a luxury motor coach, and we will take care of everything. We can vary in length of stay, where you want to go, and how long you want to go for. And we'll take care of everything. We'll make sure you see those iconic sites, delve into culture, leave those guidebooks at home, and really immerse yourself in the destination you're visiting. And my favorite thing about this is that we get to connect you with the locals. Like, for example, over in Scotland, we have the Leonard family, and you go visit their farm. The son will greet you off the coach playing the bagpipes, and you'll go in and you'll meet the father and the family, have a bit of a sing song, bit of a tipple. It's something so wonderful. And I think why I love this connecting with locals so much is because it reminds me of what it's usually like in my house on a Saturday night in Ireland, where all my cousins and I've 30 first cousins, so they all come over and we all have a sing song, bit of a dance. Just maybe there's a wee tipple of whiskey being floating around. Just maybe you might see a sight of it, and we really have such a great time. And you know, and when I was telling my dad about this really cool connect with locals experience we have, sure didn't he say, why don't you get everybody to come here? I said, Dad, that's a brilliant idea. I would love if they could have them in our home, but you know what? He would never let you leave. He'd have you out partying all night. He's a party animal. I said, I don't think that would suit them now, Dan. Dan. So, it's a great experience. And we have this in all of our itineraries when it comes to Ireland and Scotland. Hey, have those wonderful Be My Guest experiences. So there's our travel styles. I know there's a lot there. We have the guided vacations, the private chauffeur, Lux self-drive, and locally hosted rail. And again, we can mix and match any of these. So maybe you want to do a guided vacations and then add on a chauffeur, or you want to maybe do a locally hosted rail, then drive. We can mix and match everything. And working with your amazing agent, we're going to make sure it's the perfect itinerary for you and really get you to immerse yourself in the culture. And also, we have really cool, amazing member benefits too. Okay, are we ready for this one? Can you name this animal? You can just pop your answers in the chat box. Oh, I see some coming in. Fabulous. Yes, it's the hairy coo. Look, it's so cute. Now, if you've ever seen the little baby ones, oh my goodness, my heart just melts. They're adorable. Well done, everyone. So we are part of the Travel Corporation, this wonderful family of brands. We're very, very proud of it. And you may be familiar with some of our other travel brands we have, with Trafalgar, Uniworld, Luxury Gold, African Travel. This is just to name a few. We are very, very proud to be part of the Travel Corporation. And as we are a member of the Travel Corporation, they have come together on a joint initiative called the Tread Right Foundation. It's a not-for-profit that works to have a positive impact on the people and communities visited, so protects wildlife and marine life and care for our planet. And it's founded by Brett Toman, who's our Chief Executive TTC. And to date, Tread Right has supported more than 50 sustainable tourism projects worldwide. So Brendan Vacations creates experiences that supports local communities and reduces travel's carbon footprint in the world. And every day, Brendan Vacations takes strides towards making a positive impact both globally, locally, and individually. Their efforts include working the National Trust to help the Giant Causeway, there we go again, a historic and beloved site in Northern Ireland, to build a new sustainable visiting centre, and enhancing the experience through conversation and protection. So we're all about giving back, and we're so, so proud of that. We have some unique member benefits for you guys. We are so thankful for you being a AAA member. So thank you, thank you, thank you. They are wonderful partners and you are in the best hands with them. They, as I like to say, the Irish put the story in history and they're telling our story every single day. So we're so thankful for everything that they do. We have different on-tour credits and discounts, and we can have all, you can reach out to your wonderful agent for all those on their different travel styles. We also have ways to save, and you can also reach out to your agent for that too. Right now we have up to $400 off per couple on some of our individual travel styles with the T's and C's. Apply, of course, and you can have everything. We can fill you up to date with that too. So, Brenda Vacations, we're anything in a kilt. We're the Ireland and Scotland experts. No matter where, how you want to travel, from guided to fully customizable, we have you covered. And we connect you to the real heartbeat of the Celtic Isle, which is the people. So a big Goreva Mila Maiha Gut, which means thank you very much for listening in today and have me talk about my beautiful Celtic Isles. I'm going to invite Nathan back on now because we have all the details here on how you can reach out and start running out the green carpet for you.
Thank you, Sarah, and thank you for joining us today for all that great information you shared with us about Ireland and Scotland. And I know for certain that once travel gets the green light again, both of these destinations will definitely be top of my bucket list. So thank you again for sharing. I also wanted to thank those of you who have sent in questions already. We'll be answering those shortly. If you haven't asked a question yet and you have one burning in the back of your head, definitely send them in through the questions box right now. But before we get to the questions, I want to go over how you can get in touch with us here at AAA. So there are 4 ways you can do so. First one is by phone. Our 800 number is listed for you there. When you call that number, you will be put in touch with a AAA travel professional in a service center nearest you. If you've worked with one of our trusty travel professionals before, you definitely want to reach out to them first. They're going to be your go-to person. But if you haven't worked with a travel professional before, a great way to get in touch with us is by email. Our email address is AAAtravel@AAAoregon.com. If you just want to send us your member number and a brief idea of what you're looking for on your next vacation, we can put you in touch with the travel professional that can help you start planning and get you on your way. You can visit us on our website at AAA.com, more specifically, AAA.com/travel. This has tons of great resources for you as a member, and it also has tons of information about our partners, including Brendan Vacations. And then our service centers are also open to the public right now. If you do want to schedule, or if you do want to meet with a travel professional in person, you're more than welcome to do so. We're just asking that you call ahead and schedule an appointment beforehand. We're still kind of dealing with some uncertain times right now, so we want to be able to manage the flow a little bit better within our service centers to keep you and our travel professionals safe. And with that, Sarah, I am going to move on to the questions. You had talked briefly about multi-generational travel with Brendan. Are there itineraries or styles of travel offered by Brendan Vacations that are better for family vacations?
Yes, a great question. I love this. Yeah, so what we can do on any of our travel styles, but with multi-generational, what is a great way to dive into those destinations is with a private chauffeur. All we got to do is increase the size of the luxury vehicle. So from a family of 5 to 16 to 20 to 200, we can get you there. And because it can be completely customizable, let's take you to those wee villages or that county where your family is from.
Great, thank you. And then I just had 2 questions that came in back to back about group sizes while traveling with Brendan Vacations. Can you talk on that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So we can do any size group. Maybe you have a group of 10, just like I mentioned with the multi-generational family. We can orchestrate any size from 2 to 200, and we can do that completely customizable for you. Absolutely. Yeah.
Love that. And we had a question about when to travel to Ireland and Scotland. Is there a better time of the year to go?
Oh, the cozy season and any time of the year is a great time. I like to say, we can travel all year round. Think of the cozy season even between October and March, and you got the big peat fires, and you have your Irish whiskey, and you're enjoying a castle stay. We travel all year, and it never gets too hot or too cold. It was 80 degrees the other day there. 40 in the morning and 40 in the evening. So it's another wee dad joke I thought I'd throw in there. So I apologize, but really, no, it really, any time is a great time to travel. Yeah.
I will listen to your jokes all day long. I love it. Um, there was a question. Is there a specific guided tour you recommend for, excuse me, for first time travelers to Ireland or Scotland?
Yeah, well, you can have a look with your travel agent and also online. And it depends how long you want to go for. I always say if you get over to the Celtic Isles, oh, stay as long as possible. Maybe you want to see those iconic sites first and do a guided vacation that includes Ireland and Scotland. And then you can tap on a different travel style. Maybe you want to drive yourself then and get those nitty-gritty villages that you necessarily didn't want to hit. You didn't hit on the guided vacation. Any travel style, if wherever you want to go, everything we'll work with your agent for the independent travel styles are just samples. So any of those iconic sites you want to see, we got you covered, and you can look at our guided vacations as well for some inspiration, and we can organize that with your agent.
Very good. And I'll echo what Sarah said. Definitely reach out to your, excuse me, your AAA travel professional. They are very well versed in Ireland and Scotland tours through Brendan Vacations, and they can pick out the itinerary that's going to be best suited for you. Going back to the size of the groups that travel to Ireland and Scotland with Brendan, um, this person was wondering, are you able to customize the group so that you can travel with just people you know, or do you also offer smaller groups with other travelers, or both?
Yeah, so we can do actually even on our guided vacations, you can have your own travel bubble. So we can organize that too if you want to do it in one of our guided vacations. But again, yeah, we can do, as I said, completely customizable group for you. If you travel with a chauffeur, you can have, you have a group of 10 people or 20 people. We just increase the size of the luxury vehicle. So it's completely up to you. We will get you there in your bubble and or your group that you want to travel with, and we will take care of you for sure.
That's excellent, especially for folks that are looking to travel in 2021. I know that there's a lot of uncertainties that are out there right now, but being able to kind of control who you're traveling with and where you're going, I think adds another layer of security. So that's great. That is all the questions that I'm seeing come in right now. Sarah, is there anything you would like to add before we wrap up for the day?
No, just a big thank you so much. And your travel advisor is amazing. They're there. They'll work with our wonderful team for any questions or any additional information. And I really do appreciate you taking your time to listen today. I could sit here all day with you and chat away. So I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And thank you again, Sarah, for joining us today. And thank you, members, for taking the time out of your day to join us. Um, when you are ready to start talking travel again, definitely reach out to us here at AAA. You can reach out to us any of the ways that are up on the screen right now. We're excited to start talking travel with you again and get you start planning on your next journey. So thank you again. I hope that you have a fantastic rest of the day. If you're interested in joining us for other Traveler Showcase presentations, again, you're more than welcome to visit our website at aaa.com/traveler showcase. And I hope that I see you at future presentations. Have a fantastic day and we'll talk soon.